Hey guys, just wanted to talk about the Steam controller. They brought out a video recently about it, which I'm putting down in the description, and it looks really interesting because, unlike with other controllers, they've worked out a way of really fooling the computer into thinking it's slightly like a keyboard, which I think is really interesting. With other controllers, you can't really do that, which I find... Let's face it. Unless it's made for this, it's pretty much useless. Or has compatibility with it. It's pretty much useless. What I do feel that they haven't shown us a racer yet. They haven't shown us a racing game with this controller. So this is where I think things could be a little more interesting. It's two circle pads, right? If you've seen the controller. Two circle pads, completely flat. Now, with most... well, I shouldn't have put that down. Now, with most game controllers... Hang on, I don't know how to really... I think that's the best way. Right. To go one way, you go that way. And to go another way, you go that way. That's turning in a racer. But I've always felt that, like you drive a car, you do this. Well, no, you sort of feed the wheel. But this is what I think the circle pad could do. So that's the circle pad. There's my thumb. You do that instead of left, right. That is what I think they could do. And I think you could get better control on the corners. I think you could get better cornering because you can either, with the stick, you either go slightly left or slightly right. But you're not really sure. With each car, it's different. You're not really sure how far the steering really goes. But with the circle pad, as it has haptic feedback, which I still don't quite understand, you could sort of, if the racing company, whoever makes it, is really, really smart, what they do is they sort of tell you about it by basically saying the top of the pad is straight on. Or you can just release your finger. That'll get you going straight on. You'll be going straight. Then, if you want to turn, you put your finger on the pad and then you just slowly turn it left or right. And if you're going to the limit of the turning, the haptic feedback could kick in and just say, you're on the limit, because every car has a limit. And that could make things a hell of a lot more interesting in races, because some cars turn tighter than others, and you could have more of an experience with the haptic feedback with that kind of racer. Yeah, I really want to see what they do with that. Also, I want to see how a Twitch shooter works. Something like Call of Duty, which is the definition of a Twitch shooter, where you basically, you can do 360s, things like that. It's worked on a 360 pad for years, ever since Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. And I want to see how the Steam controller handles it, because you've got two big pads there. One of them is going to be for your moving forward, moving back, moving left, moving right. That's going to be interesting. And one of them's for your view. I've never liked Call of Duty on a controller. PlayStation or Xbox. It's really just left me cold, because but with a mouse I'm target and just point and shoot rather accurately. I feel that it's going to be interesting because from what I saw from the Portal demo was that they were getting really accurate kind of movement from it, which is good. But I want to see how they handle the sensitivity because, sorry, I've had this for a couple of days. Eyes been feeling a bit odd, so I keep on rubbing it every so often. It feels better. Yeah, I want to see what they do. I'm impressed with what it is. Steam, this is right to Steam, guys. If you want to send me just the controller, I would be happy. I will be getting a Steam box. I am thinking about getting a Steam box. If you want to just send me the controller, because I think that's the more interesting part for the gamers. The Steam box is good. I'm not saying it isn't. But I want to see what this controller's all about, because you've got everybody really wanting one. And I hope you don't do the stupid thing of just making sure it's just with Steam boxes, because... But I really think that a proper, full-on, good controller is going to be really interesting for the PC, because we've been stuck with mouse and keyboard for a while. I'm not discounting the mouse. The mouse is great. For a good shooter, it's great. For racers, for mouse and keyboard. For racers, nowadays it's bullshit. Before this is the reason why I bought an actual controller was, I shit you not, GTA 4. And that was the reason why I bought a controller. I do think, also, people haven't really mentioned the touchpad. Now that's going to be interesting, because the PlayStation is coming to the PC on launch. PlayStation 4 is coming. The controllers can be pretty much plugged into the PC, which I think is going to be good. I don't know if they're going to be able to ever use the touchpad for anything, but as the Steam controller is going to have the touchpad, I hope they don't do the stupid thing of saying... I hope they sort of say that you can either use the mouse or the touchpad. You could use the touchpad for things like... there was this keyboard a couple of years ago, I think it's still about, where you can basically... You've got these buttons on a touchpad that you just touch and they do shit. Well, do that for that. Macros. That would be really good. A couple of macros. You could sort of set up macros for yourself. I'm really interested to see this. Now, what I want to see is how Windows will play with it. Will it just go no, or will it... Well, it's got to play with Windows, let's face it. But will it make it act as a mouse? That's what I want to see, because we've never had, to my knowledge, a controller that basically says you can take over the mouse controls. If you want to, you can just go... And I want to see if you can do work. I really do. I want to see if I can edit a video with a controller from the other side of the room. I'll stick it on the big screen and just go, yeah, I'm going to edit a video. This controller is going to be interesting. Is it going to scare Xbox? Yes. Is it going to scare PlayStation? No. I don't think it will. Here's the reason. PlayStation and Steam have worked before. They've worked together with the Portal 2 co-op play, because if one of my mates has got it on the PlayStation, if I've got it on the PC, we can work together. It's fascinating. I'd love to do it with someone. I really would, because I'd love to see how they do it, because two completely different systems in truth, but they somehow worked it out, which I'm glad they did. I think this idea that the PC isn't what game consoles actually are is stupid. Yes, they're tailored to games, but PCs were there first. Yeah. Thanks for watching my views on Steam Controller. What I want to see. So what I want to see from it is, in the next video, they're going to do more videos of basically playing with a Steam Controller, which I think is going to be good. I want to see a racer. I want to see a Twitch shooter. I don't really want to see a strategy, because, well, if they want to do a strategy, if they think they can pull off a strategy in this, I want to see them do it. If they think they can do it. Which I don't think there's no reason they can't. Because one of them's acting just like a mouse, so... yeah, there's no reason they can't do it. So, I want to see what they do. I really do. Because it's going to be an interesting thing. I really think that Steam are onto a winner with this one. Valve have done good. So let's see, shall we? Thanks for watching.